Hey, this is Dr. Chris with Barefoot Rehab. I'm AC Slater right now as we speak, and I'm wondering, is your physical pain leading to you becoming depressed? Are you angry at the doctors or therapists who said they could help and they're not? Are you upset with the healthcare system and the insurance system that is leaving you behind with no potential answers for your problem? Are you suffering enough? I get it. I've been depressed most of my life, and it's caused massive harm to the point where I've never tried to commit suicide, but I had suicidal ideation for many years when I was in high school and college. It started when my parents got divorced when I was 10 years old, and for 11 months I cried and kicked and screamed with my mom. I had nightmares that my dad was going to die. I cursed off my psychotherapist, and eventually the therapist told my mom maybe you should let him move in with his father. And the nightmare stopped when I moved in with my dad, but the pain didn't. I used to write in my journals, "Fuck you, Chris. I hate you. I wish you were dead." Two of my other friends and I in high school had an I suck you club. We had very low self-esteem. We used to talk about how much we sucked. I used to walk next to the lockers with my hat over my head because we were allowed to wear hats in high school, and then my friends would come and check me into the lockers, and I would just keep my head down and keep walking. And then when I was in college, I started drinking heavily, blacking out all the time. That's when I started burning myself with coat hangers that I'd heat up on the stovetop. I have scars all over my body from burns. I would drink, I would put on my nice preppy clothes. I made a fake wallet with fake dollar bills with middle fingers in the middle of them and attempting to try to get jumped and get killed in the bad part of Lancaster, Pennsylvania, where I went to college. One time I passed out drunk in an alleyway and the cops drove me home. I started crying and the cop said, "Kid, you need a psychotherapist." On the football field, I was throwing my body around trying to break my neck. Then I couldn't play football anymore when I graduated in college, so I started playing rugby and also started trying to hurt myself. I had like 5 concussions, I don't remember. My last concussion, the last year I played rugby, was horrible and I had amnesia. It was really bad. I remember being in high school on all fours on my hands and knees, and my father didn't know that I was depressed, and the lamp was lit right to my side, and I would very often be on all fours and I would be punching the floor and punching holes in my walls, crying that I was all alone and I was suffering and I was all alone. This suffering that I went through allows what we're doing at Barefoot Rehab to come from a different place than other doctors. We get what it's like to really struggle in physical pain. We get what it's like to struggle with negative emotions, guilt, shame, sadness, envy, jealousy, depression, suicidal ideation, anger, rage. We get it. We get what it's like to suffer. And that's why we do things differently at Barefoot Rehab. That's why we see you when we hear you. That's why we hug you. That's why we have different conversations than maybe other doctors are having with you. That's why we really don't want to abuse you, and we don't want to fail you. We will never have you come for 10 treatments here and not have you be any percentage better. We will always allow space for whatever crying that you need to do here. We've suffered, and we know that you are suffering too. So if you want doctors and a team of people who really care about your well-being, who want you to experience more light and joy on a daily basis, to be happy, to wake up and get out of bed and not be thinking about your stiff low back or your stiff neck, and you really want to allow the rest of your life, this one life that we have, not be one of suffering, but be one of achieving your goals and dreams, we would love to be here for you. I'm Dr. Chris at Barefoot Rehab. I've suffered. I suffered alone, but I'm not suffering anymore alone. And I don't want you to suffer alone anymore either. We're here for you. Have a great day.